Hello Unisport fam, 7MLC here, back with another video to help you improve your performance on the pitch. This week we're looking at 5 bodyweight exercises that you can use to improve your explosiveness. No equipment needed, just your body, so let's get into it. So improving our body's explosiveness is going to help us in a variety of different ways. It's going to help us with our top speed, it's going to help us with our change of direction, and also our jumping power. So you're going to see huge improvements in your performance by involving explosive activities into your weekly training schedule. So we're going to work on 5 plyometric exercises today, and plyometric means we're lengthening and shortening the muscle fibers really quickly. And the quicker your muscles can contract, the more explosive you're going to be. So let's have a look at the first exercise. The first exercise is jump squats. So I'll just demonstrate, we bend downwards and then we jump up in the air and we land softly. So a few key tips with this one. As we're bending forwards, we want to keep our chest lifted, we want to keep our core engaged. So you want to pretend like you're about to be punched in the stomach, so you really brace it, and your butt's going to go backwards. This is going to allow our knees to stay behind the toes. If we're bending forwards too much and our knees are going over our toes, we're just going to put too much pressure on the knee joint. So what we're doing is our butt is going backwards. I like to keep my hands on my hips or my shoulders so that I'm not using my arms for momentum. All the explosiveness is coming from the legs. Then you explode up into the air and land softly. So as I land, slight bend in the knee to cushion the landing, keep the knee supported. But we're going to go for 10 repetitions with this one to the next. So we bend down, and our knees don't need to go more than 90 degrees because we're not going to perform that kind of movement during a match. So again, we're trying to keep the knees nice and healthy. So we bend down, explode up, bend down, explode up, bend down, explode up. So try and be as explosive as you can on the upwards phase and slow and controlled on the downwards phase. For this exercise, we're going to do 10 repetitions, rest for 20 seconds, and repeat 3 times. The second exercise is jump lunges. So in the first exercise, we were working on both legs together at the same time. Now with jump lunges, we can work on each leg individually, because in the game of football, you're always changing direction, you're sprinting, you're spending a lot of time on one leg at a time. So we need to make sure the muscles are as balanced as possible. That's going to make our movements more efficient, and we're going to be a lot more powerful, a lot more explosive. So for jump lunges, similar concept, we're going to be bending, making sure our knees don't go more than 90 degrees. And as you can see, my knee is not in front of my toe. Then I raise my opposite arm to leg because we want to work on correct running form. So it's good to be efficient with our body's movements. Our body likes to work in synchronization. We're going to bend down, and then we're going to explode up and then land on the opposite side. So this is going to work on our stability, our balance, and explosiveness in each individual leg. So we're going to go from one to the next. And for this one, we're going to do 10 reps, bending down, 5 on each side. Once again, rest for 20 seconds, and then repeat this one 3 times. The third exercise is lateral skis. So in a football match, very often you're going to be traveling in one direction, and then all of a sudden you're going to have to change direction. So all your weight's on one side, and you're going to need to explode in the opposite direction. So this is going to require balance, stability, and power in each leg in a lateral plane of motion. So this is a great exercise for working on that. What we're going to do is start on one leg, slight bend in the knee, opposite arm raised, and we're going to engage the core, lift our chest. We're going to explode across, land on the opposite leg, cushioning that landing once again, loading up the leg so all our weight's going to this side, and then we're going to explode in the opposite direction. For this one, once again, we're going to go for 10 repetitions, 5 on each leg, rest for 20 seconds, and repeat 3 times. The fourth exercise is reverse lunge knee drives. So in the second exercise, we lunged forwards like this. In reverse lunges, our leg is going backwards. So we reverse behind, and then we're doing the same body position. So our knees aren't going more than 90 degrees. As you can see, my knee isn't going over my toes. Chest is lifted, core's engaged, opposite arm up for balance. And this time we're going to drive up. Our knee's going to come up, and we're going to come off of the standing leg, and then straight back into a reverse lunge once again. So not only are we working on that explosiveness, we're also working on a little bit of explosiveness in the hip flexor of our opposite leg as well. So we lunge down, drive up, and we're going to go for 5 repetitions on each leg, rest for 20 seconds, and repeat 3 times. And the 5th and final exercise is tuck jumps. So this is building our explosiveness from a standing position on both feet. So even though we spend most of our time on one leg individually, when we're going up for a header, for example, we're usually jumping off of 2 feet. So if you can be more explosive through that activity, you're going to be able to jump higher, outstretch your competition, and win that header. Also, it's going to work on your hip flexor explosiveness as well. And your hip flexors raise the knee, which is really important for a sprinting technique. The faster and more explosive you can drive that knee and push away, it's just going to increase your top speed. So very good exercise for building explosiveness in those areas. So this is the tuck jump. We're going to stand on both feet, be light on our toes, and we're going to jump up into the air and raise both knees parallel with our hips. And the key tip for this one, you want to spend as little time in between each repetition as possible. So you're being light on your toes and trying to minimize the time between landing and jumping up once again. We're going to go for 10 repetitions, rest for 20 seconds, and repeat 3 times. So there we have it, 5 bodyweight exercises you can use to improve your overall explosiveness. And remember, if there's anything you want to learn during these weekly episodes, let me know in the comment section down below and I'll see what I can do. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the Unisport channel by clicking the bubble up here and check out more awesome videos by clicking the playlist down here. And if you want more tips and tutorials from me, you can also check out my YouTube channel by clicking the bubble over here. But thanks for having me once again. I'm 7MLC and I'm out.